Good morning or afternoon, whatever time it is where you're at. Okay, this is a very informal. We'll call it an advertisement on what I do. But excuse me a second. Mmm, like a good cup of coffee in the morning. What I'd like to share with you is all about creativity, instant creativity. I provide you a method of being instantly creative, okay, at your fingertips. Now, sounds like a big promise. There's a lot of mystery about creativity. Can you do mind mapping? Can you do creative groups that get together and because of the fact that most people are, yeah, 10, 15% creative, you get 100 people together and you've got 1,000% creativity. You get 10 people together, you get 100% creativity. That's a theory, percentage wise. However, when you're all by yourself and you don't want to work in a group, you want to be creative for what you're working on, excuse me, then you don't need all those people. What you need is a method and a mechanism that can stimulate instant creativity. Okay, now let's talk about who I am. My name is E.J. Topping. I have a degree that I've never used. I studied physics back in the early days of my life, and worked at New England Nuclear as a radiological safety officer, etc., etc. Okay, and I come up with a lot of creative ideas in the use of physics and chemistry and that kind of thing. Okay, but a degree in physics is something I've really never used. At a certain point in time, United Artists came and signed up me and my group, and we signed a 3-year contract to do 3 albums, and I hit the road for 10 years. And as a musician, we did very, very well. However, after 1 year, we got dropped. We're failures. We got dropped by United Artists because we sounded too much like the Beatles. We had harmonies and good vocals, and everybody in the group sang guitar, bass, keyboards, or bass and drums, and it was a very cool band, but they dropped us. Okay, so I just hit the road and played local establishments and did that for 10 years and played Vegas for a number of years and was very successful at that. Okay, and but what did I do in the meantime? Okay, my brain needs to work, and I want to work on creating songs, creating melodies and lyrics and all that stuff, and creating new ways of looking at music. It was great, but I was very, very creative, and the thought hit me: why am I so creative? Okay, what is the magic that happens? Why do I get so excited when I make a new creation? Okay, and then what I discovered is that I heard about this test that Dr. George Rand did for NASA, and he discovered that 2% of people over 25 are naturally creative geniuses. 2%. But if you're 5 years old, you're 98% creative genius. 10 years old, you're 12% creative. No, excuse me, 30% creative genius. At 15 in high school, you're 12% creative genius, and then when you hit over 25, you're 2% creative genius. Now, what causes that? Who cares? All right, let's call it the school system. Let's call it the way things are. Okay, but the reality is, if you're over 25, right now you can be creative, or you can feed off of other people's creativity, and or you can use AI and not be creative at all. Okay, and AI is going to steal people's creativity. It's sad but true. People who are naturally creative, they just rely on AI, and AI comes out with a creative idea. Okay, and they think, oh, that's fabulous. And what happens is your creativity gets stymied, okay? So yes, AI is a good tool, but it's going to steal you and rob you of your natural creativity, okay? And so my goal is to return you to the 98th percentile of a 5-year-old, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to be creative like a 5-year-old, okay? And once you understand the mechanisms and the methodologies that inspire creativity, and that is a basically 11-step process. And I wish it was 10 because 10 commandments, 10 laws. It sounds more solid, okay? But it's an 11-step process that if you follow it and go through the process, and I have a little instant creativity card that has all the steps on there. And so after you've taken the course and look at the instant creativity, you say, oh yeah, there, okay, there it is, okay. And then you come up with instant creativity and you create something that you're trying to inspire yourself with, okay? So whether you work for a company and you want to come up with a creative sales pitch, you're working for a high-tech company, you want to come up with a creative invention, you're working for Oracle and you want to come up with an original database, which has happened to me with a guy that said, I need a database for having, this is at Oracle in Nashville, New Hampshire. I did a seminar there, and this guy said they want me to come up with a database where all the databases in the Pacific Rim can talk to each other, and it can't be done. It's impossible. And they're hitting me with an impossible task, and I just kind of feel like somebody wants to fire me or something because they gave me this impossible task, okay? And he took the course. About a week later, he called me up at early in the morning and said, EJ, I had a dream last night. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the whole method of creating a database that all the banks on the Pacific Rim can talk to each other, it just came to me in a flash. And I had to write it down. It was so incredible, okay? And he said, it's all about your creativity course that inspired me to do the things that I did. And then in meditating or sleeping or whatever, I got into what you talked about as alpha or theta. And the dream came to me, and I woke up and wrote it down, okay? So thank you very much is what he said to me. And I'll tell you what, I'm really grateful that he let me know what he had gotten out of my course, okay? And by the way, I charge companies $10,000 for my course. I only charge you $40. And the reason for that is I want to educate all of America on how to be creative so that anything you want to create, you can create. I created a method where it would end all wars, and I talked with a 2-star general in charge of national or Army PSYOPs, psychological operations, PSYOPs, and they told me to keep it quiet, which I am, okay, but I came up with a method using the creativity principles for ending all wars, okay? Now, unfortunately, the U.S. government doesn't want to end all wars, and so that's the way it is. But I did come up with a method, and that's what you can do too. Whatever your goal is, if you set about the principles and the methodologies and the mechanisms that are in place for creation or creativity, okay, it just comes to you, okay, and you can create whatever you want, okay. And I know I've used creativity to try and solve the metaverse, try and solve angular momentum and why angular momentum exists, and gravity, and how do we become invisible to the eyes of gravity, and a lot of things. And I've used creativity to explore those things. However, my my end response to all of those creations is it's interesting, but what I'm trying to accomplish can't be done. But it was interesting to go down that path, okay? Now, if your goal is to invent a better wheel, a better can opener, whatever it is, if you want to invent a new song, a new lyric, a new anything you desire, okay? A creative way to quit smoking, okay, which I came up with, and it's online. You can hear about that, okay, and it's free. Teach you how to quit smoking without taking any drugs, okay. So creativity is available at the Master Key to Creativity, and that's why I'm here to share with you. I really want you to understand that if you are concerned about creating in your current world that you live in, whether you're working for a company or working for yourself, okay, it's really important that you innovate. In this day and age, innovation is the key to success. And it's the key that unlocks creativity so that you don't get disrupted by somebody else that is using creativity and coming up with new ideas and taking their company and spiral them forward in an area that particular company is looking for creativity in. Okay? So, I mean, a friend of mine was very creative. He belonged to a Mensa group that I belonged to back in Nashua, New Hampshire. His name was John, and he designed all the operating systems for Digital Equipment Corporation's medium-sized mid-frames, and then he also designed the operating system for the Rainbow microcomputer, which the guy's a genius. So many people I've met over the years that have used creativity to come up with weird, strange, unusual solutions to difficult problems. Okay? And so what I'm saying to you is this. Let's keep it simple. You want to be creative? You want to come up with your own creative ideas on whatever it is you want to accomplish? Then you need to understand the methodologies and mechanisms that teach people how to be creative. Okay? Once you understand the mechanisms and the methodologies and the 11 steps to creativity, okay, then you're creative the rest of your life, okay? And I will also, if you spend the $40 and get the course, okay, I will also send you my book, The Master Key to Creativity, so you have it as a sideline, so you can read slowly what I've talked about in the seminars, and take your time and understand what's going on. It's quite simple. If you understand creativity, it is quite simple, but it can be complicated. The Master Key to Creativity is available, and I'm hoping that you'll take the time to sign up. And when I do a creativity seminar for a large company like Intel, Computer Vision, Hewlett Packard, I charge them $6,000 for 6 hours. Okay, for you it's $40. $40, and if you're not happy for any reason, okay, I don't care. Maybe you just can't afford it. Okay, spend the $40, study the course, and then call me up and get a refund. Okay, but if you're not happy for any reason, I want you to get a refund. All right, because I don't understand why you wouldn't be happy, because you're going to learn what it takes to be creative instantly. If you're already a creative person, then you're going to see yourself in the book that I wrote, The Master Key to Creativity. And when you order the course, you're going to get a free book called The Master Key to Creativity, so that after you've taken the course and studied it out, you can also read about it in the book and ponder various things and think about them, because creativity is it's a thought thing. It's about it's about thinking, and sometimes you have to just take your time and think about what you're studying and what's going on and comprehend it. Okay, and that's why I tell everybody, hey, take the course and then play it again, and play it again. Okay, so that you become familiar with everything that's going on in the course. Okay, and repetition is the greatest teacher. So it's instacreate.com, and that's instacreate.com, instacreate.com. My name's EJ Topping. You can do a search for EJ Topping on Google, and all my stuff will come up, and the books I've written and screenplays, etc. like that. But instacreate.com will come up. You can click on that, and then go to the website, sign up. If you're not happy, or even if you are happy and just can't afford it, write me back. I'll give you a refund. To me, it is more important that you learn how to be creative than it is for me to make $40. Okay, and this is a work of passion, a work of love for America and for the people that are in it. And you need to learn how to be creative. Another thing that takes away your creativity is AI, artificial intelligence. You've got OpenAI or Grok 2 or Grok 3 if it comes out, when it comes out, okay? These things take away your creativity because, hey, I want a creative idea on how do I do this, how do I do that, how do I write this book, how do I create this, and then AI just gives it to you. So what are you doing to your creativity? If you don't have to work for something and spend time figuring out how to do something, you're going to lose your creativity. You're just going to count on AI, okay? And then if the internet goes dark, where's your creativity? It's gone, okay? You really need to understand what creativity is all about. And AI cannot be as creative as you can be, okay? You can be really creative about unique things, and AI cannot, okay? But it can be more creative than, it can seem to be more creative than you in the short term. But if we really want to be creative and come up with new ideas, okay, AI cannot do it. It is not as functioning as our brain is, okay? So I just want to let you know, you can be more creative than AI, and I want you to take this course, okay? And again, it's $40. If you're not happy, send me an email. I'll refund you your money. And also, if you're happy, send me an email. Let me know what you found in the course and what creative ideas you've come up with that made you feel very satisfied with what we've taught you. Okay, and with that, I want to move on to, I don't know what else to say. I think I've said it all. It's a great thing that I've done for you, and I hope you recognize what a great opportunity this is for learning what I spent 10 years researching and learning in a very short period of time. Okay, so my name is E.J. Topping. I'm signing off here, but God bless you, and have a great time studying the Master Key to Creativity. Bye-bye.